Good evening. So great to have you here. I'm Laura Painter.
And I'm Chris Thomas. We do thank you for joining us here on the ABC10 app. Well, today, President Trump announced a big change at the Department of Homeland Security. He fired Secretary Kristi Noem.
The move comes just a day after she finished 2 days of testimony. She talked with lawmakers about the department's handling of immigration enforcement in Minnesota. ABC's Olivia Rubin has the details tonight.
A major shakeup in the Trump administration. The president firing Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Trump posting on Truth Social that Noem has, quote, served us well and will be moving into a newly created special envoy role, announcing that Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin from Oklahoma will take over, effective at the end of the month.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you?
Noem speaking at an event shortly after, not addressing the firing, but later posting on social media, thanking the president for the new job and saying, "We have made historic accomplishments at the Department of Homeland Security to make America safe again." The shakeup coming after Noem's heated 2-day testimony on Capitol Hill. Sources tell ABC News Trump was, quote, deeply frustrated by Noem's performance, particularly by her answer to this question.
How do you square that concern for waste, which I share, with the fact that you have spent $220 million running television advertisements that feature you prominently?
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally, that they needed to leave. That has been extremely effective.
Ask you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation, yes, before I was put in this position and sworn in and confirmed, and since then as well.
But a senior administration official tells ABC News the president did not sign off on that $220 million ad campaign.
Yeah, in an interview with Reuters today, the president says he, quote, never knew anything about it.
Okay, so take a look. Governor Gavin Newsom responded to the firing, saying, quote, goodbye, Kristi Noem. You will go down in history as the most brazenly incompetent and cruel Secretary of Homeland Security in United States history. But saying goodbye to you is not enough. Noem, Greg Bavino, and Stephen Miller must be held accountable for terrorizing and endangering the American people.
Happening now, 1,500 teachers with the Twin Rivers Unified School District walked off the job today.
Yeah, they're striking to demand higher pay, better health care, and smaller class sizes. The district serves about 25,000 students across 52 schools in the Sacramento region. ABC 10's Becca Hubegger is live outside the district office in McClellan Park. That's where teachers made their voices heard today.
Yeah, and Becca, we know that you've been speaking with them. What did they share with you about this experience? What are they demanding?
Well, you know, Laura and Chris, obviously it's quiet here right now, but just hours ago, hundreds of teachers filled the street and sidewalks outside the Twin Rivers district offices, demanding higher pay, fully funded healthcare coverage, and smaller class sizes. Meanwhile, the district says this strike doesn't even have to be happening at all.
Bring it up loud!
On Thursday morning, the 1,500 teachers represented by the Twin Rivers Unified Educators, TRUE, didn't show up for work in the first teacher strike in the district's nearly 20-year history. Instead, many of them came to protest outside the district offices.
Oh my gosh, leave the coffee at home. This is the most energizing thing.
Brittany Ward, folks.
Brittany Ward is a third-grade teacher and union president. She says teachers are fighting for competitive wages and better health insurance.
We're fighting for fully paid benefits for families for all plans, all tiers, and that's what our members deserve. And so we're going to be out here till we get that.
Earlier in the morning, teachers picketed outside their respective schools.
Listen to us, listen to our demands, think of our families, our students, and our community. We're not gonna give up.
They also have demands, they say, to better serve the 25,000 students, 91% of which are low-income English learners or foster youth, according to the district.
We want more counselors. We have language for more psychologists. We want more supports. We want smaller class sizes and caseloads to better serve our students so that we can also bring more teachers in.
She says negotiations between the district and union have been going on for more than a year. The district's latest offer includes a 2.3% raise backdated to July 1st of 2025, followed by a 2.41% raise effective this July. It's also offering full Kaiser HMO family health coverage, 100% district paid for both years. In a statement Thursday, the district said it is still waiting on a counterproposal from True leadership, adding in part, this strike did not have to happen and it does not have to continue. Instead of being in classrooms with their students, teachers are on the picket line after choosing to strike rather than continue negotiations. A fair, independently validated contract offer is on the table right now. The district is calling on True leadership to return to negotiations, reach an agreement, and bring our teachers back into the classroom where they belong. The union argues Twin Rivers is one of the most fiscally sound unified school districts in the state, with an unrestricted reserve currently of nearly $80 million. Meanwhile, the union says it's losing teachers to neighboring districts with more competitive pay. Members plan to keep striking as long as it takes to get a better deal. Twin Rivers is keeping its schools open during regular hours for the duration of this strike. The union will return to the picket lines tomorrow for day 2 of the strike, and will continue following these ongoing negotiations. For now, I'm Becca Habiger, live in McClellan Park for ABC 10.
Okay, good information, Becca. We thank you for that. And listen to this. The Museum of Science and Curiosity in Sacramento is offering free admission to the 40,000 impacted students in the Twin Rivers Unified School District. They'll also have reduced prices for parents of those students.
Meanwhile, Natomas teachers say they still plan to strike Tuesday, despite the district making what they call a, quote, serious offer. Natomas Unified School District tells us that offer included a 4% salary increase over the next 2 years, along with improvements to employee benefit plans. The district says the Teachers Association didn't take the deal or provide them with a formal response.
A major healthcare workers strike is also on the horizon. More than 2,000 Kaiser employees across the region say they're preparing to walk off the job in just 13 days. And it's all because of AI. The one-day strike would happen across Kaiser hospitals from Sacramento to Fresno. The union representing therapists says they've been without a contract since September, and negotiations have been largely strained by conversations surrounding how AI is being implemented throughout hospitals. Kaiser says they're working now to avoid a strike and say while they've been implementing AI technology, they have no plans to have AI replace healthcare workers.
The kickoff to the 2026 USL Championship season is in jeopardy as players threaten to walk off the pitch. The league and the Players Association remain deadlocked in contract negotiations despite a 5-hour mediation session yesterday. But negotiations are continuing. The dispute hinges on minimum salaries, health insurance, and NIL rights. While the league recently upped its compensation offer to $40,000, the union says it's still not enough to meet the rising cost of living for athletes. The USL Players Association voted to authorize its bargaining committee to call a strike unless an agreement has been reached. Here at home, Sac Republic's opening night is scheduled for Saturday at Heart Health Park. We reached out to Sac Republic for a statement, but have not yet received a response.
A major sewer repair project is getting underway in South Land Park, and tonight, the City of Sacramento is presenting to the Land Park Community Association. The meeting will bring city leaders to discuss the benefits of the project, an overview of work, and the impacts trail users and commuters may face. The meeting will be held at Fairy Tale Town's Children's Theater from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Well, coming up on the news at 5:30, how gas prices stand today, 6 days into the conflict with Iran.
Plus, what you need to know the next time you fly with United Airlines, the new flight policy. After the break.
Tracking the gusty winds ahead for the end of the work and school week forecast, plus the warming ahead.
Let's talk weather now. Take a look. Ooh, it was a windy day in Sacramento, but not too windy to put a full damper on this beautiful day. Folks still got out there and enjoyed the spring-like weather, but look at all those leaves rustling out there, plants blowing in the wind, spreading that pollen around. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods now. Don't forget to pack tissues.
Yes.
So true, especially as we look ahead to the weekend. People want to get out and enjoy this nice weather conditions. Are we going to have to contend with the wind?
Just a little bit in the beginning of Saturday, and then things are going to quiet down, which will be nice. We just need to have that pollen kind of settle out of the atmosphere, because it has been tough over the past day to get out and enjoy the beautiful spring colors that we have out there. These winds are going to keep that pollen floating around for the next 24 hours at least. Time change is next up on the list of what we're tracking, and much warmer conditions next week. We're waiting for that high pressure ridge to really take over our weather. Once it does, we'll see the sinking warming air and a touch of some early spring warmth. The current winds are at about 28 miles per hour. Those are our gusts right now. The gusts through the day, though, have been peaking closer to about 35 to 40 miles per hour. They'll be coming and going throughout tonight and tomorrow, even into early Saturday. Here's the reason why. Low pressure system that brought us a few Sierra snow showers yesterday now pulling its way east, but still a player in the overall forecast as a high pressure ridge builds across the Pacific. On the post weather system moving through, beautiful rainbow last night up at Pioneer. So thanks to Neil for submitting that. Just kind of popping out of those storm clouds there. Highs for today warming into the 60s to near 70 for the valley, 50s and 60s for the foothills, and 40s for the Sierra. Our temperature trend over the past couple of days, average high is 65 degrees. We've been above that. Even though it had a little touch of a cooler day today, we were still sitting above average. Now keep that 65-degree number in your mind, because wait till you see how warm things are going to get. Right now, we have sunny skies. Our temperatures in the 60s. You can kind of see that camera bouncing around ever so slightly there. Tahoe 39 degrees with clear skies. Our sunset at 6:03. And again, with that time change, we're going to be calling for a post 7 p.m. sunset next week. So we're just kind of wrapping up the final days of a sunset around 6 o'clock. We've got the Kings in action at Doco. They're taking on the Pelicans. Tip off at 7 p.m. We'll start that pregame temperature at 64 degrees, cool to about 57. Northwest winds still at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. We stay with the breezy weather for tomorrow, but as we head into our Saturday and Sunday forecast, we start to see this whole situation across the west starting to relax a little bit. It's not so much of a competition between the high and low pressure. Instead, high pressure dominating our weather forecast. Now, we will get a little ripple of some cooler weather coming in early next week, but overall, it's a warming trend ahead. Future wind gusts for tonight, still upwards of about 30 to 35 miles per hour. That's how we start off on our Friday, continuing through the early afternoon. So if you have plans for tomorrow and you're trying to time it out, tomorrow's just a tough day to get out there, but the weekend looks better. Highs in the 40s tomorrow for the Sierra, with 60s to near 70 in the foothills, and we're in the 70s solidly across the Bay Area and throughout the Delta, and the Valley will be in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. So moving on to our extended forecast, this is where we start to see just a slight dip in those temperatures by next Tuesday, but overall we're going to stay above average in our forecast. And again, we spring forward on Sunday, so we lose an hour of sleep, but we have gorgeous weather to get out and do some yard work, get the kids out, the pets out, yourself out.
I love that list, you know, and the green thumbs out there itching to get out there. All the home improvement stores might be packed.
I know. We'll be sore on Monday from the yard work, right?
Okay, Monica, thank you. Well, let's talk gas prices. Really, across the nation, they're still going up at a rapid pace as a result of the conflict in Iran. Here's a look at gas prices here in California. According to AAA, it's around $4.81 a gallon. That's an 8-cent jump from just yesterday and an 18-cent jump from just a week ago. Nationwide, prices are the highest they've been in 11 months. Well, this year, your tax return, or refund, I should say, may be larger for a couple of reasons. ABC10 contributor Ivan Rodriguez explains why and how people can take advantage of that extra cash.
There's two main reasons why Americans might receive a larger tax refund this year. First, Congress made a number of new and expanded tax breaks effective for tax year 2025. Also, most people did not adjust the tax withholding on their paychecks last year to account for the changes in their tax breaks.
Some people are getting larger child tax credits, lower tax brackets were extended. So for most people, there should be a little bit more in that tax refund this year.
Through the week ending February 20th, just about 29 million people had received 2025 federal tax refunds, averaging $3,800, according to the IRS. That's more than 10% higher than the same period last year.
This money can make a big difference in your overall financial well-being.
Ted Rossman with Bankrate says there are a few things to consider in terms of where to put your money to best use.
Credit card debt payoff should be a priority because the interest rates are so high. The average credit card debt load is around $6,700 according to TransUnion. If you make minimum payments towards that average amount at the average interest rate, you're in debt for close to 20 years.
Other areas to look at include boosting your emergency savings, saving for a home purchase, and investing. Although Rossman suggests not investing until you've checked off a few other boxes.
Historically, stocks have returned an annual average of about 10%. So your money's going to be doubling roughly every 7 years when that happens. So if you put that tax refund in today, that $3,800 could be around $10,000.
All right, heads up the next time you fly. United Airlines just announced a change in policy for its passengers. Headphones or earbuds during a flight is no longer just considered proper etiquette. It's now a requirement. Any United Airlines passenger who blasts audio from their devices and refuses to wear headphones or earbuds could get banned permanently. The airline lists the new rule as a safety issue for everyone on board. Well, I have to say, can we add keeping shoes on during a flight to that list, please?
Put your feet up on the back of the
can we add
chair
that
and
too?
do it all.
We have
of
our
that
list
stuff.
of grievances.
I didn't even realize that's a thing. People listen out loud to their devices.
I guess we must have been spared. We must have been lucky on our flights with very good, properly behaving co-passengers.
Because generally you would think you want to keep it to yourself anyway, right? Ain't nobody interested in all that.
Exactly. Some people, I can see their screens. I'm like, you're watching some crazy stuff out there. So I'm glad they're keeping it to
That's a
themselves.
whole different conversation.
That's a whole other conversation. You're right. Next at 5:30, a pop princess under arrest. The latest on the ongoing issues Britney Spears is facing. Okay, now to a story we know many of you are talking about. Britney Spears was arrested last night. That's according to the Ventura County Sheriff's Office records.
Yeah, records indicate she was released early this morning. ABC's Alex Stone has more from LA.
Britney Spears' arrest came after a call to the California Highway Patrol reporting an erratic driver who was allegedly weaving in and out of lanes and almost crashing into other cars. It took some time for the Highway Patrol to track down the vehicle. It was all heard in audio that's been verified by law enforcement.
The black BMW sedan in and out of lanes and near TCs, now speeding.
So I believe I'm going to be behind the vehicle. Southbound 101 at Rancho Road.
Now, once CHP officers caught up with the black BMW convertible, sources say Britney Spears was behind the wheel and she was arrested just before 9:30 last night for suspected DUI. She was booked to the Ventura County Jail early this morning and was cited and released. It's not the first time she's been in trouble with the law. Years ago, she dealt with a hit-and-run case that ended with many of the charges being dropped. In a statement, her representative saying, quote, "This was an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable. Britney is going to take the right steps. She will comply with the law, and hopefully this can be the first step in a long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life. Hopefully she can get the help and support she needs during this difficult time." Now, Spears is due in court in May if the Ventura County District Attorney files charges. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I have to say, I think we're all just wishing the best for her. You think about all the things that she's been through. I thought that perhaps she was doing a bit better.
Yes, exactly. It's a distressing story. Thankfully, she and no one else got hurt in all of this. But honestly, a lot of us have grown up alongside her, and to see this evolution of her, we do wish the best for her and just are hoping for her.
Again, she's due in court in May. We'll keep you posted on that developing story. We're back after this. Okay, so you may already know what a Swiftie is, but now that word is getting some third-party validation.
Yeah, it's legit now, right? Dictionary.com is adding it to its online dictionary, defining it as a fan of the music of Taylor Swift. The singer trademarked the word back in 2017 and uses it on her merchandise. Dictionary.com regularly adds new words to keep up with how the English language evolves. It also added Bayhive for Beyonce fans. I think we have a few in the room right now.
Raising my hand.
Trekkie for Star Trek fans, and J-Knight for Jane Austen fans.
And for those who are not Swifties, hey, just shake it off, right? Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. You can watch us anytime, any day on your schedule by downloading the free ABC10 Plus streaming app. You're watching right now. We thank you for that. We'll see you at 6.